DE555 De-Esser plugin by MIG-DSP provides transparent, precise de-essing with extreme flexibility. It utilizes a unique algorithm to achieve consistent, transparent, natural-sounding de-essing at any signal level. This approach is much more efficient than that of traditional de-essers, which force the user to continually adjust sensitivity controls, such as a threshold knob, to provide consistent de-essing amounts. The DE555 has standard de-esser controls, such as ratio, release, de-essing frequency, and range. Additional features that help the plugin stand out include its high-frequency only mode, high-pass and band-pass key filtering options, a key filter focus control, and de-essing frequency shift. The real-time displays of de-essing amounts and the key filter response allow for quick and easy setup. Let's check out how all of these features work in more detail, and how you can use them to keep excessively sibilant tracks from sounding like this.
Seaside, they look when I breeze by. This is how it sounds when you listen to G's ride, or the woman wanna play and kick it like,
and make them sound more like this.
Seaside, they look when I breeze by. This is how it sounds when you listen to G's ride, or the woman wanna play and kick it like FIFA.
The controls on the MIG-DSP DE555 De-Esser are split up into two main sections, key filter and de-esser. The input signal starts at the top left corner of the UI in the key filter section, so we'll start there. The DE555's key filter section provides parameters for identifying and isolating sibilant events, and then it feeds this process signal into the de-esser. First up are the frequency and focus knobs. Frequency designates the key filter's frequency, while focus controls the key filter's shape to augment and further define de-essing events in the key filter. The focus control behavior depends on which key filter type is selected. The two available options for key filter types are a bandpass filter and a high-pass filter, and they are selectable beneath the frequency knob with the high-pass filter on the left button and the bandpass filter on the right button. The plot in the bottom left section of the UI provides a visual representation of how all three of these parameters are working together. Last up in the key filter section is the Listen button, which allows the output of the key filter to be monitored. To the right of the key filter section is the DE555's De-Esser section, which reduces the signal level of sibilant events identified by the key filter. Let's start with the range, release, and ratio controls. Range specifies the amount of de-essing performed by the plugin by up to 36 dB. Ratio designates the slope or strength of the de-esser. Low ratio values provide gentle de-essing, while higher ones are more aggressive. Release controls the recovery time from each de-essing event, and like the ratio control, it is continuous, so it can be dialed in precisely for any situation. The DE555 also uses the same patented MIG-DSP look-ahead technology found in the ML4000 limiter to make the de-essing sound natural by anticipating the de-essing events before they occur. One of the more unique features of the DE555 De-Esser is its shift control, which only operates in conjunction with the high-frequency only mode. When high-frequency only mode is enabled via the HF only button to the right of the shift knob, de-essing is only applied to high frequencies at and above the key filter frequency. The shift knob moves the HF only processing one octave above or below the selected key frequency. This allows the de-essing to key off of the specified frequency, but attenuate signal levels above or below that frequency. The last parameter in the de-esser section is the output knob, which provides the final signal level adjustment of the de-essed audio. It can be adjusted by up to plus or minus 24 dB. The final section of the DE555 is the metering section, which provides real-time visual feedback for the de-essing amount with the gain reduction meter, as well as input and output level monitoring for the volume of the signal coming in and out of the plugin. Let's hear the DE555 at work in some real-world mixing situations. Our first example is the same vocal track you heard at the beginning of this video, but we'll be checking it out in more detail now.
Seaside, they look when I breeze by. This is how it sounds when you listen to G's ride, or the woman wanna play and kick it like FIFA. Tell their friends at the telly pull up with at least 5. Seaside, they look when I breeze by. This is how it sounds when you listen to G's ride, or the woman wanna play and kick it like FIFA. Tell their friends at the telly pull up with at least 5.
Perhaps the most important setting here is the HF only mode. That means the DE555's processing is only applied to high frequencies at and above the key filter frequency, allowing the processing to sound much more natural. To show how big of a role it's playing, I'll engage the DE555 and then disable the HF only mode. When it's disabled, notice how the vocal becomes unnaturally pumpy due to the aggressive range setting that we needed in order to tame the sibilance.
Seaside, they look when I breeze by. This is how it sounds when you listen to G's ride. Seaside, they look when I breeze by. This is how it sounds when you listen to G's ride. Seaside, they look when I breeze by. This is how it sounds when you listen to G's ride. Seaside, they look when I breeze by. This is how it sounds when you listen to G's ride.
Now this vocal will be much easier to mix in with the rest of this song. Let's move on to our next example, which is a set of drum overhead mics that have a lot of harsh high end in them. This time, we have our key filter frequency set to 2.5K as a high-pass filter. Also, we're once again taking advantage of the natural sound of the HF only mode, and we're applying a bit of makeup gain with the output knob. Before we move on, I'm going to use this example to touch a bit more on the versatility of this De-Esser, and how its lack of a threshold control is actually one of its biggest strengths. Like I mentioned before, it utilizes a unique approach to de-essing that allows the input signal to get de-essed by the same amount regardless of input level. To show this off, I'll alter the clip gain of the overheads while the track is playing. As I do this, keep an eye on the gain reduction meter within the plugin. Notice how high gain values do not alter the gain reduction amount, and that the same goes for low gain values. For our last example, we'll cover a voiceover track. This time around, we're utilizing the HF only mode, the shift control, and the high-pass key filter type. The DE555 De-Esser plugin by MIG-DSP provides transparent, precise de-essing with extreme flexibility. The DE555 De-Esser plugin by MIG-DSP provides transparent, precise de-essing with extreme flexibility. The DE555 De-Esser plugin by MIG-DSP provides transparent, precise de-essing with extreme flexibility. The DE555 De-Esser plugin by MIG-DSP provides transparent, precise de-essing with extreme flexibility. The DE555 De-Esser plugin by MIG-DSP is perfect for resolving any sibilance or harsh high-end issues that are plaguing your mixes. With the help of its natural sound, ease of use, and diverse feature set, it's sure to lend a helpful hand in all kinds of situations. Interested in learning more? Try out the DE555 De-Esser free 14-day trial at the link in the description. It can be purchased on its own, and it is also included in the All Access subscription, as well as the Everything Pack and Emerald Pack plugin bundles. We've linked all of these options in the description as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more MIG-DSP tips and content. Also, feel free to use the links in the description to follow us on other social media platforms. We will see you next time.